Hello, I'm Gordon Wozniak. This is Marty Lorber. We're going to be talking about some chemistry and biology of the elements and why some of them are toxic and the role they played in history. So one, as you may have seen in the newspapers for the last 6 months or so, poison has been in the news. I mean, there's been poison in the drinking water in Flint, Michigan. There's poison in the school waters in New York and New Jersey and other places. There's arsenic and lead in the soil in homes outside of Chicago. And there's mercury poisoning all over the world, particularly in the third world from small-scale gold mining. And moreover, there's a lot of Russian dissidents that seem to be dying of exotic poisons. So we're going to, in the first lecture, we're going to give an overview of the chemistry and biology and how poison gets in the environment and the human body. What are the body's defenses? It will not be deep chemistry, but you need to learn a little bit to understand why things are toxic. In the second week, we're going to concentrate on two of the most toxic elements, mercury and arsenic, and about their misuse and use throughout history and their impact on society. Finally, Marty's going to talk about the second half of the course, and I just want to leave you with a couple of things that you'll learn many things, interesting things in this course. One is what element made hatters go mad, why one element was called the inheritance powder, what toxic element did Lewis and Clark's expedition take to deal with the ravages of constipation on their trip out west, and how many murders did Agatha Christie commit using arsenic in her books. So with that, I want to turn it over to Marty, who will describe the second half of the course.
I would like to start with a disclaimer. For those of you who see me wearing this apron, I want to attest to the fact that I had 2 home meals using this apron, as I did the preparation, and thus far, not one guest has come back with any complaints. Secondly, I do want to also indicate that, as a disclaimer, that this course is definitely not a how-to course. The topic of murder and poisonings is actually a very serious and very sobering topic, and particularly to the victim and at times to some of the family members. But our hope is to have fun with the course while presenting a lot of very detailed information about the magical world of elements that we live in. The second half of the course will continue with a description in some depth of the third most toxic element, which is that of lead. And it will be followed by a description of the history of the world of forensic science, which captivates so many of us in the CSI, Cold Case, and other news and other TV shows. And that will also be followed by a discussion about agencies, both international and national, which try to guard our health and safety in the world that we live in. The final session that we will have will be committed exclusively to the world of poisonings, in which the first half of that session will be about real-life poisonings or suspected poisonings, and the second half will deal with the world of poisonings and murders that have been woven into movies and literature. And one final note under consideration, but not yet approved by Ali, is to have a session after the course is completed of students and instructors, and it has been suggested that it be a potluck dinner. Thank you, and I hope to see many of you at our course.